Hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I will be showing you how to modify our previous gyroscopic fidget toy we made, and I'll be showing you how to add a Batman logo as well as a heart. You can also use these tools to customize your own fidget toy with any other design that you would like. So, let's begin. The first thing that we will need to do is to go to our original design that we made in the previous video, and we'll click these three arrow dots and click duplicate. This is so that we'll have a new design and any changes we make don't affect the old. Next, I'll just fast forward and hit play so that we can see what we're working with. And as we can see, we have our fidget design right here. Everything looks good, but I need to make some changes for the heart. In order to make the heart a large enough size, I need to remove these two central rings. In order to do so, I'll go to my code, and I'm going to go down, and I'm going to remove the two bottommost rings. I will also separate these hollow blocks. I'll put these rings into the trash since I don't want them anymore, and then I'll reconnect the whole blocks to the rest of the code. If I hit play, we can see that these two rings are no longer in here. Now I can't add a heart in the Shapes tab of code blocks, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to export this as an STL. Now that that's downloaded, I can go back and I'll click Create New Design, and I'll select a 3D design. Next, I'll hit Import. I'll choose a file, and in my downloads, I have that copy that I made. So I'll hit Open and Import. It might take you a couple of seconds for your design to be imported in, but after it's done, everything should be good to go. There we have it, the design's been loaded, so we can continue. We will go to the Basic Shapes tab, and we'll drag in a heart. Now, we need to align this heart so that we have enough space for it. So we're going to drag and change the size until everything seems to fit nicely. I recommend using the top view so that you can get a good idea of what everything will look like. That looks like it might work. So next I will click on this central white box where I can change the height of our object, and I'm going to change the height of the heart to 15 so it matches the rest of the toy. It looks like it's a little bit tall still, so what I'm just going to do is drag it down a little bit. It is very important that none of the edges of your object overlap with the outer part of the innermost ring. If they do, when you print it, it might bind up and not spin properly. But this looks good. So let's move on to the Batman keychain. In order to make our Batman gyroscopic fidget toy, we will go back, and once again we'll click on these three little dots, and we will make a duplicate of our original fidget toy in code blocks. For this fidget toy, I'm going to want to remove the central three rings so I have enough space to work with. So I will click here and drag to remove those central three rings, and then I'll click and drag these boxes and reattach them to the rest of our code. Next, I will take this code and I'll drag into the trash to remove it. I'll just hit play quickly to test our code, but everything looks good. Now I can rename this to Batman Fidget so that I can find it easily in my downloads folder, and I will export as an STL. Now that that's downloaded, I can go back and I'll click on Create New Design. This one will be another 3D design. Once everything loads in, I can click on import, and I will import that Batman fidget STL that I downloaded previously. Now that this is loaded in, we need a Batman logo to add to our design. I found my Batman logo by searching on Thingiverse, and I found this design by this user. In order to download it, you simply click on the download button right here, and it will download. Going back to our design, we can hit import, we'll choose a file, and I'll import that Batman logo here. There we have our Batman logo. I'm going to click and drag to select both objects, and then I'm going to use the align tool and make sure they're centered. Next, I'm going to click only the Batman tool, and I'm going to take this side arrow and I'm going to drag it in until I feel like it's at a good spot. I'm actually going to use the top camera and zoom in a little bit so that I can check my work. Next, I'll try this side over here and drag it in until I feel like it's a good space. And then I'll click here and drag up. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get everything to be inside of these logos. Next, I'll click this square and drag down. That looks like it might work, but I need to adjust the height. So I'll click on this white square in the center, and I'll change the height of our logo to 15 so it matches the rest of our object. Unfortunately, we can see that we've spilled over a little bit. Because we have this spillover, if we attempt to print this object like this wing will merge with this outer ring and it will bind up. So we just need to make a few more adjustments. That looks good, so I think we're all done. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this video useful. If you found the video interesting, please consider liking the video or subscribing for more projects like this. In the next video, I will be covering how to export and print our 3D printed fidget toys. Thanks very much, and have a great day.